might do that one up in a sec. I want to try this little mod. Hanging on to this for ages. I used to have this. I can't even remember how long ago this was added in the game. It doesn't really do a lot. It's just kind of a scout, but I remember last time I drove it, it was pretty nice. So we'll give it a go. See if it's still worth keeping around. It looks pretty cool, like a little armoured truck or something. Rebel by choice, morning, how's it going, dude? Good to have you joining us. Kenneth Russ, Wolf, hope all is well. Yeah, I'm still alive anyway. Bit of a rough later end of the week, but yeah, apart from that, I'm not doing too bad, cheers. Justin Lynch, hello, how's it going, dude? What are we going to put on these? Truth Lies, hello, how's it going, mate? Muds. Go for some little loaf muds. Unless actually they got any custom tyres. Yeah. Excellent, excellent. Sod it, go for them then. Treat myself. Yeah, I've got the main mod to try. It's like a big tractor mod that apparently is going to make the farming quicker and easier, which we'll see. Landon Sears, glad to tune in. I appreciate it. Cheers for joining us. What do we want here? It's powered. I assume that means like it's an autonomous winch. I'll just get some, yeah, some of these vehicles upgraded quickly. Juice of Cane, yo Wolf, how's it going, dude? Good to have you joining us. What has this got? 200, 200. What's the difference? They've both got 240. God knows. Well, we'll leave them for now. Always get a goddamn horse. I like it. Let's have some cables. Oh, so it's like a police thing. God knows. 5-0 colours. Yeah, the where's the that's the tractor thing. Z2 K7M trike specification. Kenneth Russ, you see the pre-sale of year 3? I've not looked, to be honest. Is it already appearing on the PlayStation Store? If so, I'll check that out. I don't think I'll be able to do it on the live stream though, because I think when I go to like the PlayStation Store and all that sort of stuff, I believe it cuts the feed. Just I assume in case I click on anything that could show like my card details and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's good news if it's already like appearing there. Or I suppose yeah, as a pre-sale, it's like a pre-order, and it so it might still be a little while, but sooner the better. True Lies, I'm good, waiting for some low faction. We've certainly got ourselves a couple of goddamn professionals. Where is he? Which grabbed a few different things tonight. Yeah, that's what she said. I had to go to like the American maps to grab a couple of these mods. Yeah, there's a couple of goddamn horses there. In fact, no time like the present. Let's get one done up because I'm going to be using him. Justin Lynch, yep, already got it bought. Yeah, that's pretty interesting news. I'll yeah, cheers for letting us know. I'll go and check that out. Did you get anything with it or just waiting? True. I wonder if there is any kind of pre-order bonuses over waiting until it comes out. Obviously, like when the original game came out, we got well, supposedly got the Navistar, but I never did, and I definitely pre-ordered the game. Like, I'm not sure how it works, but I didn't get any code or anything. Yeah, when I ordered the game, and like I said, it was one of them. I could email them, and I was like, fuck it, for £1.69 or whatever it was. I'll just buy it again, so I can actually start using it. Instead of wasting my life chasing up bloody emails. Where are your loaf tyres? There they are. Oh, it's got 36s. Goddamn horse. Have you tried the Excalibur yet? I don't think so, no. I'm just trying to... I was going through different mods tonight. I think that might have been one I was going to put on. I can't remember. Again, it's more like the memory issue. I have to keep going back through my mods and removing ones. It's weird as well, because when you download them, it tells you like how much memory they use, but then sometimes when you go to delete them, some of them say like it'll free up a lot less memory than... I'm pretty sure it took more to download them. I don't know if it's like slowly eating into the maximum amount of memory I can have. But yeah, I've noticed that a couple of times. Like, I download something that'll be 50 megabytes, and then you go to delete it, and it'll say like it'll free up 23 or something. Just an inch. All that's out right now is new skins for a few vehicles. Oh, fair enough. Again, yeah, I'll have to go and check that out. Kind for us, thank you. How much is it this time then? Is it... What was it? Or season 2? I think that was 20 quid, wasn't it? So let's go and drive this thing quickly. Just check it out. See how it handles the terrain. Like I said, I used this vehicle bloody ages ago. It's kind of an older mod, but it just seems to drive really nicely. Last time I used it, so just while I was flicking through tonight, it was one of the mods I was actually able to still turn on after, like, RAM memory wise, after I'd turned some of the other stuff on. That tractor thing that I'll be building soon, I'll go and try that out. That doesn't really take up a lot of memory at all, considering it's like a custom tractor thing. I figured it'd be a bit of a killer on the memory, but I'm pretty sure it was not too bad. And turning it on like RAM memory wise as well doesn't really take much of that up. And from the looks of it, it's obviously like a big tricycle tractor thing. I believe it's just making the farming quicker, so I assume the things that fold out, like it sweep across the field a lot quicker, kind of get it to 100% quicker, and then I'm guessing from the looks of like front wheels and that, it'll hopefully turn around a lot more decently as well, so you're not doing big fat arcs across the field. Yeah, again, this vehicle is actually quite nice to drive. Steering's pretty quick. I was purposely kind of tank slapping it there. No police sirens. It was actually a right-hand drive. Not used to that in this game. Like a treat. Matt Gracie, finally catching alive. How's it going, Wolf? Yeah, I'm not too bad, cheers, dude. How are you doing? It's good to have you join us. Finally caught one. Yeah, well, a couple of days ago I was like pretty busy and had to go out and do a couple of things, so I was up and out and about in the daytime, which is pretty rare for me. So I ended up falling asleep. Yeah, like later in the night, and I missed that video. And then, yeah, I've since the beginning of the week I've felt pretty ill. For the last couple of days, I've just felt like shit. Like more feeling like I'm about to be sick and like bad stomach aches and all sorts of stuff. So, God knows, I'm about to shit out a golden egg, or Santa's using the anus to store his Christmas presents. I don't know what's going on. Well. In fact, some of the vehicles do get stuck here. I'm not sure if there's some roots in the ground or a dead tree, but I'll give it another chance. It's definitely catching something. I can't really survive that. Apart from this river section, I still maintain it's a pretty nice vehicle to drive, but she might be a goner. Especially, I think the river current kind of holds it in place a little bit. I assume I could back up a little bit easier. John Perkins, hi Lone Wolf, how's it going, dude? Good to have you join us. Yeah, I can. Happy days. See if we can get back that way. We'll find a way. See, this is why you need a goddamn horse. Don't tie it in with me. You go galloping over this. There we go. It must just be a Trollish section there, because I've actually got a couple of trucks kind of wedged in that place as well. Here's another bit that's a bit iffy. I'll try going off to the left. Yeah, this thing definitely... I think its tyres looked pretty small, so it might be a struggle in that way as well. Cool. Hopefully we don't have to wait forever for Phase 9. Yeah, that's true. Sooner the better, really. If it was sort of ready for January time or whatever, that'd work out pretty nicely. Names of the new seasons are leaked. Renew and rebuild, fix and connect, lights and cameras, expansion 3. Right. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to see what they are. Is there any like pictures of the maps? Is there any hint towards, you know, like snowy or like this again? Oh shit, that'll be a sign. It's a sign I should slow down. Everyone's got trailers with them. And then yeah, I'll go and crack this tractor out in a minute. I'm gonna go and find. I might even do that on like hot potatoes. Any cool, unique trailers? Take a quick look at that one though. Well, that's actually quite handy. I won't get it. Oh, I already smashed the suspension. In that case, maybe I will get it. Yeah, there's another vehicle as well that's a bit of an older mod I got, which it's kind of like a big fat dolphin kind of vehicle. But the main thing I wanted to get it for is I could see in the thumbnail it's got this big 8-slot like deep sideboarded trailer that I've tried to show before on the game and I've kept not being able to find it, so hopefully this time might be different. Let's just fix this thing up, see what happens. No. That's the one, yeah, so it did damage the suspension. Justin, not that I've seen Wolf, only the names. No, fair enough, cheers for letting us know. I'll have to keep an eye out for it. This thing takes a bit of a beating, and that's the only thing I would say about it as well. The tyres are a little bit small. Could do with some bigger ones than that. But apart from that, driving-wise, it just feels quite smooth and nice on the power. It feels like it's weighted nicely and all the rest of it, so... Could be one, yeah, a little bit of an older one, but even on this phase, that's what I was just curious about, is does it still drive alright on this phase? Yeah, so this is the main showcase, really. You did say avoid... Well, not to avoid the Z2 engines, but I think it was saying like they're the juicy, powerful ones, so we'll obviously have to go for that. It'd be rude not to. Can always feather the throttle, but I don't like it when there's not enough power going on. Well, excellent, 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 excellent. Is anything even changing? Oh, average. Sort of. Want to go flatbed. Oh, that's pretty cool though that it's still got. Does that look like it'll be able to do 2 pieces of cargo side by side? Or van body add-on, which plenty of repair points. That's all pretty cool. However, so I wonder how the trailer situation works for them. You can't really see that. Not too worried about that. Bright yellow just so we can see what's what. I mean, it feels... I'm not sure if it'll do tighter turns, but it feels more consistent because it's not articulated. Is that rear steer going on as well? I think it was, yeah. I'm curious though what... It must have custom trailers. Because they appear to, like, I don't know, kind of attach around a bit and stick out the side, like whatever that is as well. It's obviously not an actual wheel there, but it looks like an axle. Inbred Jed, I wouldn't so much call it a leak, it's all over their website. True, but it's still, like, the first, the first images. Or hints as to what's going on. It's, yeah, overall good news. It's good to hear that there's actually something going on with Season 3, which I know by now it's not a myth. When I heard it a month or two ago, it was, not that I didn't believe it, but it was almost like too good to be true. Like, really? They're actually going to do a whole nother season. Let's say, hopefully this time they've actually got a bit more, I don't know, focus on doing the season. I think with Season 2 there was a few things that was kind of eating some of their time up, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, should in that case hire more people and get it done that way, but regardless, hopefully we get sort of bigger phases. Like, I mean, this one, to be fair, phase 8, I think overall like the amount of content and that was yeah, quite a lot. Budget fair. Can you flip it like a three-wheeler? What, like swerving and roller? I think you probably could. I nearly did back there. I was kind of chatting away, but subconsciously I think I did try and swerve out of tipping it. We'll give it a go in a sec. It'd be rude not to. I'd certainly eat those bits for breakfast. That's one nice thing about having nice big fat beefy tyres. Chris Fritz, hey Wolf, good to see you online. Have a great time. I appreciate it, dude. Cheers for joining us. Right, let's see if we can roll it. Drop my hammer. Take a hard left. Kind of drifting. The consolation prize would be kill a tree. That's a good start. I don't know that. It's sort of. I think it's got potential to tip, but it doesn't feel, obviously, like I just full on sent it hard left then, so I don't think it's going to be too prone to tipping. Try it in here. Hit them buildings. Oh no, so it probably isn't that, yeah, easy. It started to tip, but once it leans over a bit, then it just kind of stops. Yeah, so this is what's going on then. The only bad thing I suppose is then that means I'm going to have to come back here each time and get a different trailer. So that was the harvester. What's that? Seed drill. Cultivator. Sorry, I don't know why I keep rotating the camera. Let's just go back quickly and fix her up. So, I'm wondering then, is it worth taking you could have like that version of the trailer and then the actual normal version as well? Is that what you're supposed to do? First of all, I'll pick which trailer. Or which mission rather. That trike is funny looking. I must say, it does look pretty mad. I have to say it drives nicely though as well. Which farming mission? This was a good finally. Yeah, isn't this the... Crossroads it wants me to go to drop the stuff off, but yeah, I think this is the one where you've got to go and go to the Institute map. So I'm going to have to drive across there. I'm just trying to think which kind of setup bring. First things first, I may as well turn around before I have to. I felt turning in reverse is pretty nice. To be fair, if you're going a little slower, that's pretty nice, isn't it? Just going forwards as well. So the first trailer's normally the yellow one. Which might be like that version. Can I get the... So it's not even offering me any more trailers. So I assume then no. So you probably can't take the rear trailer. Let's just take that off for a second. Cultivator. yellow trailer even appear anywhere? Oh, there it is. So let's equip that first, and then put this cultivator thing on, just to see if it'll actually... No, so now it's not offering me... Oh. So you can click it, but it overrides it. So, well, it's kind of good then, at least you don't need both. It might be worth taking another tractor. So like I say, you're going to have to kind of do a different one for each stage of the mission. Oh well, let's just go there for now. If there's 3 in total, I can always take 2 tractors next time. Let's go this way, but I'd like to try its off-road skills out a little bit. Could we make it across there? Stay tuned to find out. Matt Dog, hey Wolf, how's it going, dude? See, it looks like it's going to tip. But like quite easily. But yeah, I don't know. It seems that it's got like a nice bit of weight in the rear tyres, so it feels stable enough anyway. Sons of bitches. Stuck on. Oh, so I did run a few over. Lolosaurus Rex, you actually can attach and detach those proprietary trailers. So, if I got one manually, could I take them at the same time then? She could. So when I just went to equip it, obviously, like, it kind of just stole the rear trailer off me when it equipped this thing. Maybe if I do it manually. But that's what, just from the looks of it, like, is this thing gonna kind of trim the fields either side of the tractor, but leave a big line up the middle, but then maybe, like, I don't know, kind of counts underneath it. We'll find out anyway. I was kind of interested in this mod because, yeah, farming for the most part, doing one bit of farming, well, that's not too bad. But that mission where you're going to have to do, like, to get 12 lots of cargo or whatever is a little bit excessive, to say the least. So, for some people, this might be the answer. I don't know. It looks like the engine's got plenty of health anyway from the bottom left. Hit there. To be fair, apart from that last little bit where I don't think it was like floating, but kind of stopped midstream there. Apart from that, it actually drove through that water kind of decently. I assume, yeah, there's a snorkel at the top of the roof, so it can go pretty deep. The suspension's already nearly dead on it. I could do with a bit more suspension health. Just summon a goddamn horse. Bring some supplies with them. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to do now. See. It's only a matter of time. Where am I in relation to... Do you know what? I'm just gonna... Actually, let's see. If I click recover, I assume it's gonna moan about the trailer. Yeah. Things to bear in mind. Get a goddamn horse then. Bushes that just pop out. No way. I'm gonna get there before all the fuel pisses out of it. Good shit. Turning like a housefly. I was going to see if I could kill a tree then. A little bit ambitious. Well, I have actually killed a few trees with a loaf. It is doable. Gotta, yeah, gotta get a good run on. Twice 2 seconds, 4 million tonight as well. I'm heading in the right direction. I'm going to actually track the question. Quick look. Truth-wise, it's horse time. It certainly is. Doesn't usually take me long, but let's be honest. It's bloody useful. He's already saving the day. The scene as well earlier, I don't know what made me think of it then, but I've not really been watching any of it. If anyone watches, like, pays attention to the World Cup, but we're out again. God, England. And as usual, not that I think we'd win the World Cup or anything. I think we always get screwed over though by a shitty ref decision. It'd be nice to just lose because we're not good in football, but we always get screwed over by some, yeah, pretty questionable refereeing going on. Repair. Interestingly, like, when I fixed the suspension, then it didn't like lift up or anything. So, kind of the inverse logic of that is, even if you do break the suspension, I don't think it's gonna like hit the deck and start scraping along the floor. It was just more the fuel tank I needed to. Oh well, there you go. Old loaf horn activated it, so I'll take that back. Suspension does make a difference. See, goddamn horse, figured that out. Just with his horn. Yeah, that's a bit random. Not sure why there's not one on the back, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, with the World Cup, I've not really thought. I've watched a few highlights from a few games. Pretty crazy. I think Brazil have gone out as well for Croatia. Was it Morocco? They put Portugal out or something. There's definitely some big teams that are dropping out of it. We've got 34 people in here, don't forget to like. I appreciate it. Helps feed the older algorithm monsters. Oh my god. Got a right little squeaky horn on it. It would be nice if it had a central rear winch point, because it does make it a little bit iffy. It's coming with us though. It'd be pretty nice if this thing just, yeah, eats the field for breakfast. I don't normally get mods on my normal playthrough, but it'll be a tempting one. Loading screens take forever recently. I had it again earlier this week where I almost was going to turn my PlayStation on and off because I thought it froze. It must have been a couple of minutes just to get going. Once the loading bar starts moving, it goes pretty quick, but sometimes it takes forever just to get that going. I'm sure when the game first came out, it'd only take like 15-20 seconds to load. I remember even thinking then that was too long. course it's right at the other side. Oh shit, have I not even done the first farm mission? It doesn't really matter because I'm going to have to farm that anyway. What was the mission called? Experimental field. Yeah, well, I'm just changing it to that mission. It's essentially the exact same thing. I forgot, well, yeah, I've not done this mission on my mod playthrough, I've only done it on my normal one. Well, I'm just going to cut across here. What was that? Oh, crane. It was something I'd previously let become a wild trailer or something, but for once it was not me. Since I did a year 3, I wonder if they're working on a SnowRunner 2 or SandRunner 2 or whatever it'll be called. Yeah, that's I've kind of been thinking the same thing. Because given how successful the game's been and the rest of it, it would be pretty, like, surely they're going to do some kind of, yes, SnowRunner 2, SandRunner, MudRunner, whatever it's going to be called. But it's more of a question of when. But at the same time, it's the fact that they're doing a season 3, I've said it before, it sort of shows that there's enough interest sort of like in the game still that they can even do that, because I think if it was like just completely died off and there's only 10 of us that left playing it, they'd probably just kind of skip to doing the next game. But if they're going for season 3, yeah, it must still be quite a big community playing on it. Surely they've got to be, yeah, having that something in mind to like where are they going to go next, because I can't see them doing like a season 4. I mean, it's possible, but it's just like every year that passes, obviously the game's getting even older, there's going to be people that have played it all, done it all, and moved on to other games. But then once they do like a SnowRunner 2, for example, it'll kind of puts everybody back on day 1, and it's like a whole new game. And yeah, it's certainly a big leap from MudRunner to SnowRunner, but there is still a few things they could kind of iron out and smooth out a little bit, so we'll see. Oh, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing season 3 will roughly last for like a year. Mr. Kitten, love the vids, keep it up. I appreciate it, dude. Drive to save your life. This isn't the tractor's fault, it's me. It's driving like shit. Is that Elair? Elair Evans for me? You are the community. Oh shit, that is a lamppost thing. Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. It's got a good old bunch of people that gathered around to watch the horse do his thing. The best bunch on YouTube, dare I say. Normally there's loads of trolls on YouTube, so credit where it's due. I do have an exceptionally good bunch of people. Oh, post on there. Fortunately, AGL, he knew the loaf does get rallied around a little bit. So as you can see, it's practically bulletproof for towing purposes, which I do highly appreciate. Oh, there you go. Right. Angry Ginger Life, there he is. Hi, Mr. Lone Wolf. I hope all's well this weekend. Yeah, not too bad, cheers, dude. Feeling a bit better than I was. Yeah, I really didn't help myself, was it? Not last night, the night before. I fell asleep, put the electric blanket on my bed. Well, it was already on there, but I turned it on. Put it up to 3, I was trying to speed run, warming my bed up, and then I fell asleep with them both on 3, and I woke up whenever, a few hours later, practically cooked myself. and then turned them off, and then went to sleep, and then woke up a few hours later, and I was freezing. And yeah, I already felt pretty crap anyway, but that really didn't help. I should look where I'm going, it would help. But none of them look flat, as far as I can tell. Does that front one look a little bit squidgy? Not sure. I wonder if the front counts as like one tire or two. I'll check that out in a sec. I may as well get there first. There's no point in fixing stuff and then I'll just smash it all up when I'm driving along, so I may as well fix it when I get there. Piggy says nom nom. Dude, your videos and tutorials been a lifesaver on my sanity since I got the game on Black Friday. I say, yeah, I appreciate letting them know. I'm glad to hear it's helping doing the job. Oh, I didn't even. Oh, it does go pretty wide. She said. Yeah, just did it. Next owner. Automatic extension, right? Like horse. He gets back to his wheels. It does look a bit rough. Got an arse that looks like I feel. Wheels 4. So it might be counting then the front as 2, and just each rear one as like 1 each. I just want to see if it'll inflate it. Oh yeah, so it was, which I suppose is kind of handy in a way, because then, like it just did there, if one tyre blows, the other tyre keeps it covered a little bit. Although is it just me, or do they look different width tyres now for some reason? Tree, right. Approach the field from a better angle. I'm waiting for the sex box. It's true, usually around here somewhere. The last couple of times I've kind of deleted themselves. I haven't had to manually kind of click on the comments and delete them, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure why. So yeah, it is getting, it appears like underneath the tractor as well. There must, it's not like leaving a strip that I'm going to have to come back and do later. And I assume then, from how wide it goes, I did let go of the steering a bit there, so I can be blamed for it going a tad wider there. So within reason, it's pretty much, you can just like do a U-turn within like the sort of distance that it covers. I'll do a proper turn this time. I don't know why I let go of the steering. Oh shit. Well, it's all going nicely. Back on, so might be able to do the whole field. 3 sweeps. The only thing that would be nice as an option would, yeah, if you could somehow have all 3 trailers. That did though. 3 sweeps and she's done. Yeah, it's going to take me bloody ages. I'm going to bring 2 tractors. Would it be quicker? It doesn't really matter, I suppose. Oh no, shit, Heartlands. I was just going to say, would it be quicker from Crossroads, but I'm not sure it will. Can't break that loaf, that is true. He's a goddamn professional. And he's absolutely jam-packed with supplies as well. waiting. Oh yeah, sorry for the sex bots. Justin Lynch, you don't have to hit every pole wolf. I must admit, I was trying to read the comments, but even then, that was horrific driving from me. Normally I kind of aim on a free, straightforward bit of terrain while I'm trying to read the comments. I was not paying attention at all then, and I did I did think to myself, like, goddamn, I couldn't have hit any more poles if I tried. Even Hitler couldn't hit that many poles. Should have used the cheat item. You don't take damage, only cosmetic. I have got a cheat item actually. Oh yeah, I won't do it right now, but that's the vehicle. I want to see if you get this big, like, 8-slot deep sideboard trailer. Where is that tractor? Oh no, it's Z2. Fine tune locked. I've not even got that yet. Oh yeah, I don't need any of that. What's the second trailer's the blue one in it? Oh shit, I'm gonna have to go to the trailer store anyway. I'll just quickly turn that on that one. Mr. Kitten, any tips for doing missions in Michigan when you were just starting out? I'm just trying to think. I think back then I used the Navistar, so it depends, like, if you've got that or not. Beyond that, I'd kind of say pick a vehicle. There's John, the what's it called? The Azov 64131, I think it's called. It's a little bit on the slow side, but it's definitely kind of like a god mode truck for the fact that you can unlock it at sort of level 2. And other than that, I'd probably say just kind of concentrate your money into one vehicle, because money's really tight at the start. So instead of just picking like the odd little upgrade here and there for vehicles, you kind of want to, I reckon, just, yeah, focus on one vehicle, get as many upgrades for that as you can. Like, I ended up getting the $24,000 engine for the Navistar, but once I did get it, it was like, obviously had a lot more oomph to it. And then the last trailer's red, so yeah, sort of keep it that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which vehicles because I never used John. But yeah, for level 2, it's definitely like a beast mode vehicle. Shove this away. That's AGL. AGL6. I'm taking no shit. Truth lies. Dolphin is a good choice, sure. That's true, yeah. I think you can't unlock that until about level 12 or 13, but if you are at that kind of level, then yeah, I'd definitely recommend the Dolphin. It's an absolute beast. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, it's not on Michigan, but you can get the Taiga by going to Drowned Lands. That's quite an easy one to unlock, because it's fairly close to the garage. And yeah, overall, I'd say that's a pretty solid vehicle. Problem is, back then I was trying to think as well, because obviously there's various upgrades that I just take for granted that I have these days, but I've got to go and get all of them as well. That's kind of the one thing that I wish on this new Game Plus thing, which again I will start at some point. It's just I'm going to try and chip away at some of this Phase 8 stuff before I do, because once I do, I think I'll just be on that for quite a while. But yeah, having to re-get all the upgrades. Is going to be a bit of a pain. Just me, or has this now got a winch point at the rear? Yeah. So it's got 3. I wonder then, when I equipped that rear trailer and then I equipped like the, you know, custom version on this, I reckon it sort of stole my 3 rear winch points. I thought it was a bit odd that it didn't have any at the back at all, so that's good, at least it has. But yeah, note to self, don't do the trailer thing I did, otherwise it'll steal them off you. Going to be high levels, but I use both the collobs once I was able to. Yeah, that's true, they're definitely, as far as like being able to handle the terrain, the collobs are quite a lot of fun. And that's what I mean though, like, I sort of take for granted now that it's got the raisable suspension on the collobs, or at least the 747 on the flat plate one. But yeah, you'd have to go to... is it Phase 2? It might have been on flooded foothills we got the suspension for the collobs. But yeah, that's the thing, it's like, you end up just thinking, oh, I'll just go to this map and grab this upgrade, and yeah, before you know it, you're spending like the first week just nipping around to grab the upgrades. Right, I harvested this, that's the last trailer. So it must be this one then. I mean, to be fair, it's not strictly any slower than doing it like the normal tractors anyway, because for the most part, you still have to go and get all the trailers. Even though occasionally some are a bit nearer the field, to be fair. Oh, in fact, there you go then, so it's not because of the way I did the trailer, it's just for some reason when you add even this setup, it just takes those 3 rear winch points off you. Which is a bit odd. We'll manage. We definitely could do with more suspension help on this. Like the engine, for example, even when I was drowning it through that river, barely budged, so got plenty of engine health, but the suspension's definitely getting chilled pretty quickly. She really managed to tick on quite one of them signs. Sometime 80 on New Game Plus, you can start with every truck and upgrade unlocked from the start. Oh, can you? That's good news then. I might, yeah. That's probably the option I'm going with then. It's not even necessarily that... Well, I don't know, yeah. It's just in terms of making videos, it's nice to have like the beefiest version of the vehicle. And even on this playthrough, my mod playthrough, I've had this for a pretty long while now. Yeah, I've still not got all the upgrades on this one. Because the only time it'd be handy, well, use the term loosely, but to be able to get the mods again is if, not the mods, the upgrades, is if I made a video, like, just doing all the upgrades in one video. I feel I am, roughly. Well, a bit of rallying involved, but... Oh yeah, so I probably should have gone left there. Doesn't matter. We'll cut across the countryside. In fact, I'll still make it. That tree, that's what you get. That's true, New Game Plus is kind of fun to mess with. Yeah, true, it's one of them, it's just because I know it'll, it's going to be fun to mess with. I know once I get on it, I'll probably be on it for quite a while, so... But yeah, it's probably not going to be too much longer, I'm going to have to check it out. I say looks-wise, I think it does look pretty cool. I mean, is there any tractors like this in real life? Or is this just full-on mind of a tractor madman? Either way, yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the fact that the kind of trailer add-on things fold out twice as wide as well, so yeah, you can actually get quite a lot covered. I assume these are going to do the same. What they say about assumptions, but we're going to assume it anyway. Yeah, we need a mod for midday sun. In July, New Game Plus is excellent for trying out maxed vehicles right off the bat. Everything unlocked, plenty of money, all kinds of customisations. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. All I technically want in a way, if I could near enough clone my current playthrough, but just re-unlock all the missions. So that's kind of what I'll be looking for on the New Game Plus. Which, yeah, that's kind of the thing I'll be looking forward to, being able to do some of the missions. From back near the start where I didn't have like many vehicles and yeah, various upgrades, etc. It'd still be cool if they just added an option in this game where you could reset the missions, or like I said, the way it works with Grand Theft Auto, where you can just sort of scroll through the list of missions you've already done and it'll kind of load you up onto a separate version of your own playthrough, and then you do the mission and then it kind of just loads back to your normal game. Just something, because I suppose since I do like the normal missions and then once a week I'm on this doing like the mod versions, every now and then I kind of get to do the same missions roughly back to back, and yeah, sometimes it's quite nice to just try like a different setup really for the same mission, but just kind of try a different tact and setup and all the rest of it and see which one works and which doesn't. There's a lot of those big like special objective trailers as well from kind of earlier in the game that I just did, and yeah, didn't really get to mess around with the trailers that much either. Wow, so the mills will go pretty much the same way. Can we land you this time without hitting everything? Place your bet. I won't hold your breath though. I'm going to start New Game Plus probably tomorrow, see what the hype is. Yeah, from what I've heard it sounds like a pretty good option. I think it's as close as we're going to get for now to being able to like re-unlock all the missions really. And in theory, now I've already done the missions, I kind of already have an idea of what I'm going to be up against, so again I can tweak a few setups, get a few more road trains on the go. An extra boost from the tractor behind. Well, I did. I did once. And then it kills the tree in reverse. The only thing is, it's not really like the fault of the mod as such, but because it's got the thin snout on this vehicle, you have to hit, yeah, if you hit the trees like dead centre of the tractor, then it knocks them down pretty easily. But as you can see, if you catch the side of it, not too happy. Right, trees gonna let us go. stuck in there. The glitch on the go. I haven't like deployed a tree or anything. I think that tree had gone like dead down the middle of the trailer. It's probably glitched and moved over a bit now, but she's got me good. Last resort is to get the other tractor and just ram the tree. Oh, there you go. Well, I seem to have removed the tree, but it's kind of scraping on the floor a little bit. Free. The trees are definitely a lot more trollish on this phase than they've been before. That's why I'm happy every time I kill one of them. They deserve it. Massive joy. Crook, even Mr. Wolf, how's it going, dude? Have you joined us for the old stream? Just, yeah, messing around with some... Well, I was going to say OP tractors, they're not really OP. As far as the farming goes, they're pretty logical, to be honest. Well, as you can tell, there's a lot more time just to get the stuff gathered, and it's worth taking 3 tractors, because otherwise I'd have to drive the other tractor back to some trailer store. There might be situations where that's not too bad to do, maybe on the map crossroads and that sort of stuff, but this one in particular, the Institute map, it's a bit of a trek going back to anywhere just to switch the trailer over. Like I say, maybe it's a future add-on, like a multi-purpose add-on thing that has all 3. Would be pretty handy. Ghost of Cerberus, that tree thought it was that tree. It did. Too loud. It's only going to end one way for that tree. Right on you. To be fair, it keeps dropping down the gears through water, but other than that, it's actually got a nice amount of power. Even the auto. Just try not to hit everything. You struggle with quite a lot. You'd be able to blame the smoke of the Navistar, but can't even do that these days. This thing is pretty smoke free, but put the interior on there. Didn't help with the try not to hit everything scenario. It's one of them that doesn't let you stick your head out the window. None of the tractors do it. You just kind of spin around in your chair. Doesn't look, yeah, I suppose it's kind of a bit like the K7M anyway, isn't it? Horn is, yeah, I don't know, every time I press it, I have horn regret. I have to say though, if nothing else, this tractor, as far as steering goes, the fact that I haven't even really kind of noticed it as I've been driving, the steering is very nice on it. Definitely a much better option than the articulation. But again, it kind of makes you think you're about to tip. It never seems to quite go. Quick speed run. close. Because this field as well is normally really boggy. Like, I remember last time the other tractor was like nearly getting stuck in it. This thing was driving over it like it's nothing. A wiggly wobbly tractor. Like it's trying to do, I don't know, a wiggly arm dance move. Hopefully we can get further over to the right now. Does it run the scarecrow over? It does. Hell, I thought it was a good idea to line the field, telegraph poles at one end. Might end up having to go for another run, we'll see. I'll move a bit over to the left. Hopefully we can wing it. Oh no, I don't know. Definitely gonna have to go for another run, I reckon. Why is it not reversing? I don't know what that was all about. For some reason, as soon as it said stage completed, it started trying to detonate the suspension. The hell game? Goddamn vehicle. Right, it wouldn't let me click on it doing it that way. I can definitely see this thing coming in handy a hell of a lot when you got to do like, yeah, get 12 watts of cargo. This will shave like literally hours off your time. Sort of use that pole to swing your around. Some kind of stripper, tractor stripper. Get it done in this sweep again. Definitely doable if I did it with that tractor. What's going on with the gearbox there? I was trying to just reverse anchor forward. Just kind of locking in place for a minute. Not the end of the world though. Well, I mean, as you can see, once you actually get the tractors there, you can smash through the field in a minute or two. And, I mean, this is roughly what it should be like, really, because, say you've got to do, like, 3 sweeps per vehicle, so you're still doing 9 sweeps across the field. And then when you're going to have to do that 6 times to get the 12 lots of cargo. Right, now I need a vehicle and a crane and that. What shall I use? So let's go from the crossroads this time and mix it up a little bit. I think it's about the same time either way to go to the top corner of the Institute map, so it shouldn't really matter. think the old AGL, this 10x10 was pretty fun last time. It appears it's already kind of mostly built. Oh, is that, yeah, just so oh, unbreakable. That's definitely what I need. Which tyres should we go for? Just give them a go. That'll do. Right, I should get there pretty quick because this vehicle's got a good bit of oomph to it. Where am I going? That way? Sod it. Just a rough guesstimation. I tried to find a good mid-range default configuration setting and forget, then let the player take it from there. Yeah, no, it's good, dude. I like it. It's nice just to have stuff like, yeah, the crane and that already equipped, because I'm only going to, yeah, go into the menu and stick it all on there anyway. Again, I do like this vehicle a lot. All the big fat bank of rear tyres. Get some grip. Obviously, I've gone for, yeah, like the top engine, crazy one. But I like that. I like the option. Yeah, no, you've got a good set of mods, dude. I like your mods. Well, I pretty much put most of them on. I only don't put all of them on because I know if I'm probably not going to use them like during the live stream. It's just less stuff to scroll through. But other than that, yeah, like the P16 AGL, the Tatrin. This thing is a lot of fun. Obviously, the goddamn horse, AGL loaf. Just, I may as well just leave that mod on, even when I turn all mods off. And yeah, even Bruce and all sorts. Yeah, they are some good solid mods. A lot of options, a lot of good options as well, like well thought out options. Very flattered, thank you. No, it's all good, dude. It's your modding skills that have made that the case. It's actually quite a nice pace. This is roughly, I don't know, like certainly if I didn't own the truck, I'd probably be driving like this. As soon as you own it yourself, it's a different story. Well, I say that. When we had the tranny van doing landscape gardening, that thing got a bit of a rallying. wonder if those are like the next season or whatever, if it's going to be in American like maps or if it's now going to be this Central Asia. So obviously they don't seem to be doing Russia anymore. See a goddamn horse in the background over there, I'm pretty certain of it. Big bit of Jeff special there. It's nice though, like, another thing I do like about your mods is the fact like with the suspension you can turn it on and off, so it's like sometimes, every now and then, I don't mind like obviously roughly realistic damage, taking damage on all the components of the truck, but every now and then you just want to drop the hammer and yeah, ignore whatever the game has planned for deleting your vehicles. So you can actually travel places without only having half a truck by the time you get there. So that Jeff special is it earlier. Yeah, it's a pretty nice speed if I was able to get that straight going down the so-called White Valley runway. Plus, yeah, the crane on the back of vehicles, they should do that more often. I think it makes more sense to kind of have it that way around. So, especially in situations like this as well, with this mission where I've already driven to the field twice with 3 tractors now. I don't necessarily want to do another trip where it's kind of slow and steady and tiptoeing your way across the terrain. It's nice just getting a beast mode vehicle. Still drifting. She launched. Launch control confirmed. Not sure what way the game had in mind to cross this section. Obviously I don't think we can fix that bridge at any point, but probably be honest, I kinda like coming over to about, it's probably not gonna matter in this trip much, but it's kind of these little sections where you can see little mounds of mud popping into the river. Yeah, put across here. I like it. Best to go on a bit of a diagonal because the current is pretty juicy here. Check this out. Where's the scarecrow? It ain't that. There's rocks in there. try and run them over. Not that I would in real life, but I've got to be honest, if this game did have a field full of sheep or pigs or cows, I've got to admit, it would be a lot of fun driving around here. Rear crane is significantly more useful, especially with a trailer. Unbreakable suspension almost mandatory. And for 500k engine. That's true, I must admit, I think I'll put the million engine on and yeah. I probably would delete the suspension pretty quickly. I've got them tree stumps strike again. Yeah, no, the crane though, like, it does make a lot more sense with the trailer. You can actually reach further back. Like I say, when you got the crane kind of between the cab and the sideboard, you've already lost a lot of the extension just reaching over the cab, or, yeah, just also, obviously it can reach to the side still, kind of, even if it's between the cab and the sideboard, but I just think this is a much more sensible option. Definitely more situations where you can actually use the full reach going on. Even like now, normally you just have to try and pretty much reverse alongside everything. I'll just see, like full extension behind your vehicle. Almost get that hay bale if it was, like, if it counted as cargo in this particular case. Like a glove. Oh yeah, should probably restore the crane. Obligatory, that's what she said, it's true. Yeah, you're going to say you can reach the full leg. It's definitely that's what she said. That's a plus one. Squeaky tractable and stuff, makes you a bit keen. So we just fire a winch out, do it a cheeky, lazy way. You can. It's nicely weighted, like in the tyres, so it's pretty simple to reflip it. Too. I did get a little bit carried away. And again. Chances of me. How did I not roll it the whole way here? As soon as I got cargo. Well, I'll say the tip within seconds. High gear is probably a good option. Keeps you at a nice pace. Good option again, in fact. I don't really need it. There's no point going there. I've got like that repair square thing going on. There's a goddamn horse sitting there as well. There he is. So yeah, when it comes to off-roading, yeah, the high range is just pretty pretty nice pace, not too fast, not too slow. Goldilocks gear. I assume I'm going the right way. I believe I've got to go to the crossroads. Yeah, train terminal thing. Oh yeah, this is this iffy river to cross. I may regret it. Need some breakfast. Crossed that a couple of times and it's a little bit sketchy. I've tended to found that as I'm looking at it now, going round to the left side is better for crossing that. I don't know why, it's bit me on a couple of different vehicles. Spent most of my driving time in high gear. Spent a lot of time tuning that. Glad you like it. No, it's nice. Good balance. I'm the same as well. I'm a big fan of the old high gear in general. The auto gears can be a little bit, well, for the most part, they're not really temperamental until the game then does that thing where it just forces you back down to first gear. Like there's certain bits of terrain that are kind of pre-programmed to where it's just going to make you go across it in first and all that. So yeah, high range kind of cuts a lot of that out. Actually gives you the torque consistent with the engine that you paid for. There's one reason, like going back to when I first started the game and I was driving that Navistar, particularly when I got that $24,000 engine. That and high gear coupled together. Yeah, it just kept a really nice pace like throughout the game. And that had plenty. The Navistar is kind of like a little mini twin steer, in the sense of like how once you drop it in high gear. It's yeah, it's got plenty of bump. Even with this high gear now, I think even if I did have damageable suspension, there'd be a chance of surviving, just because it's not, yeah, it's not going hell for leather down the road, but like I say, you're still keeping a decent enough pace. Once you're on the roads like this, you know, just go in auto and drop the hammer. Bloody loading maps. Or loading screens, or whatever they are. That big building you can see in the background, like under where it says Crossroads. Does anything much actually happen with that in the end? Because it's in this picture. There's various stuff we've got to deliver there. But I don't know, it doesn't really seem like there's anything we can build. When I did the elevator mission the other day, there's no animations or anything going on. I don't know if they were intending to make it like a central focus, but yeah, that's about all they sort of needed really with this phase, was a couple of like, yeah, factory bits or whatever to build. That's one thing actually, I do need to, I think I still need to do it on my normal playthrough, is get the garage built in Harvest Court. I need to go and look, a rebel by choice did let me know what contracts I've got to do to get that one unlocked. I did screenshot the message, so check that out and yeah, get chipping away at that. Oh yeah, see, it's just gives you the torque. Jesus would have won. Easily be able to make it now. Awesome habit. Oh shit. I wasn't even looking, I was looking at my fuel. So that's another thing as well. If the frames are actually worked this quickly and nicely in the normal game, I'd I'd be more than happy to do a lot more kind of crane-related activities, but yeah, they suck normally, which kind of makes me just want to avoid it, like the plague. I never did get around to doing the video, but I had footage a while ago. I'm pretty certain I've deleted it by now, of me getting stuck on Smithfield Dam with a Navistar, and oh my god, I was there for hours. It went about as wrong as a mission could possibly go. And yeah, the cranes were just not helping the situation. And even back then, they worked better than they do now. They seem to get slightly worse every phase for some unknown reason. Frame rate's not happy there. I don't know roughly where I'm headed, but I'm going to draw some waypoints and stuff. Correctly. That tree putting through here. Good idea. Yeah, good. I was going to say, like, oh shit, am I even going the right way? We'll figure it out. Might be a bit of rallying involved. Running the old sunflowers over. Oh, it's already an hour and a half on this mission. Takes bloody ages. I was messing around a little bit before I started it, but it wasn't that long before I whipped the first tractor out and then I got the trailer and everything, so imagine on top of that, that was like with mob tractor trailers and all that stuff. Doing that mission normally. Yeah, even worse. The signs are animals. Some of them you can hit and they're fine. What the hell? I like it. It's alright. Some kind of dance. I like it. Who's watching that now? The propeller going. Ooh, shit. It's gonna hurt. Probably for the best this thing doesn't take damage. Hang on. Gotta fly over that a bit quicker. Quicker to turn around. Try and hit that with a jet special going on. Made buffed and faster cranes a standard AGL feature. Vanilla cranes just like oomph. Yeah, they certainly do. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, they just work like they should. It's a crane, it picks stuff up, and that's all you need it to do. I don't really know why they're so strict on it in the first place. In fact, let's change it to daytime as well while we're here. I completely fucked it. Well, that's good. Make to self. Not apply steering. Chris Fritz, nice job special. I'm going to go for a juicy one if we can. Just got to learn how to drive for about 5 whole seconds. Oh shit. Okay, that was the vehicle. well, not like strictly the vehicle, but just special. It does make you fly from side to side. Lamppost wants a piece, that's right. One of them and then moments. Yeah, I'm gonna get it done. Right. Just special last second, so I can't drift on me too much. But I have no regrets. This thing could seriously launch itself off the white alley runway. If I could keep it in a straight line. I knew it was going to happen. But again, it's not easy, that is. Crane. I'm not sure if my remote's dying, or if I'm just click buttons too impatiently. Probably a bit of both, to be honest. I'd like to give it a few smacks recently, extend the old warranty. Down on the D-pad is dying on me again. Well, that is what a Jeff Special can do for you. Oh, you can perfectly balance it. See, this is a good example of that crane being at the back. Just reach stuff out and to reverse right along it. Try Stevie Wonder. Correct the old Navstar out for that one. Well, the cargo loading skills will be levelling up. My bad. But again, what we're talking like 30 seconds to reload the cargo. Probably not even that. The crane's folding out. Same way as it. No, my bad. I think I went for a loop-de-loop. Almost takes longer to just to scroll down to pack cargo than it does to actually load it in there. Right, I think we can manage this last little straight section. Potato, what? Oh, so it's kind of activated both missions then. I don't know which one I'm about to complete. Experimental field, so I did get the right one. Warehouse is now available, which will be the warehouse. Like at the farm for when you do the farming stuff. That one in the bag. Well, I'm just curious, if I activate crane legs, doing its little dance. Not that I care, it's not glitching or bugging anything out. It's actually quite funny to watch, but some of the time of its life. What are the missions we've got on here? What's this one? Oh yeah, the junkyard one. Warehouse access. Let's do that one then. Which I think, yeah, is on Heartlands. In fact, this might be a good chance 4 lots of garbage. I can't remember what the mod's called. I'll click on it in a sec. More loading screens. Charles, what was I watching the other? It was a few days ago now. It was like 100 games for the, was it the SNES or NES? I can't remember. It was one of them though. And yeah, there was loads of games I remember playing. Does anyone remember F-Zero? I think it was called. It was like a racing game, but yeah, just when I seen that, had like a 30-year-old memory. I've not even remembered that game for 30 odd years. I was like, oh shit, I used to play that game all the time. There was definitely better stuff back in the day, I reckon. I think they're running out of game ideas these days, except for a few that just are obviously going to work, like Grand Theft Auto. As long as they keep making Grand Theft Auto, I don't think that concept could ever really get too boring. But yeah, looking at some of them, even considering it was like back on those consoles, they did have some bloody good games. Yeah, this one. And if I can get that 8-slot trailer. Oh yeah, I already did it up. Oh yeah, it does beg the question though, what was the situation with the crane? I think if I remember rightly, yeah. This add-on requires another add-on. But what add-on is the question? Crane mount slot. May as well just combine them into one add-on thing, really. I won't put a saddle on. I assume it's going to be a saddle high. But just in case. For anyone who doesn't know, if you don't put either saddle on, in theory anyway, unless they've changed it, we're about to go and find out, but then when you go and select a trailer from the trailer store, it will just, if you pick a saddle high trailer, it'll just give you a saddle high. There's no money to be made out of it because they're free to attach anyway, but if you're unsure like which trailer you're going to use and all the rest of it, if you just don't equip either, then as and when you get to the trailer store you can kind of choose just whatever trailer you equip, it'll give you the matching saddle with it. I loved F-Zero on SNES, yeah, it was one of those things I've seen it, I was like, oh my god. Sorry, I missed a bit there. On SNES as a kid, and NBA Jam, Mega Man X, and Super Metroid. I've never played Metroid, I've seen it though. In fact, I didn't play the original one, I think there is one I've played. But there was a mate of mine that had it, and I remember watching him play it, and it was, yeah. Definitely a classic game. And like, yeah, Star Fox, probably Star Fox was great. Donkey Kong as well. At some point, like I said, that's what I'd like to do. That's one of the things anyway in the future. If I can get a PC so I can record. I'm not sure how it all works. It's like some capture card thing or however it works. And then yeah, I can get stuff like I'd like to get hold of a NES and a SNES and get some of these old classic games. And then yeah, I can actually record the footage and make a video out of them and stuff. But yeah, Star Fox was really good. And Donkey Kong, I was saying to my brother the other week, it was one of the Super Mario games where in multiplayer, you're like a tiny little Mario and Luigi, and I think you've got to try and, I can't remember if it's like jump on each other's head. And it's just like a map with little brick wall things kind of going up and down the map that you jump on. And yeah, for, I don't know, years we must have played that game. Definitely squeezed quite a lot of life out of some of these games back in the day. There's something here. Stuff gets caught on. Oh, this might just be the front bumper in this case. Has this got a suspension? Right. To be fair, this is another mod that's kind of old. It's all down to this trailer. If we can get that, then we'll be there. Well, overall, I do quite like this mod anyway. Like I say, it's like kind of a cross between a colob and a dolphin. Like a colob fin. And yeah, crate on it's obviously the one for like the Tatra Force, those sort of ones. Guinness Mum 1970. Okay, it's a stupid question time. Did anyone else lose their year 1 trucks, or just me? Lose their year 1 trucks? I don't believe so. I've not heard anybody else say it so far. Is that like the year 1? So is that like the first season of DLC trucks? I don't even know. I could look on this version, but because it's my mod version, I've kind of got a bit of everything going on. I think that's a trailer that might be unique to this. That's not the one I'm looking for. Where are you, trailer? See, yeah, that one. Can definitely fit quite a lot of loads in there, which is what I was mainly interested in. But it's just quite a nice looking trailer. It's certainly got pretty nice deep sideboard, so once you put cargo in there, unless you fully roll the whole thing, then it's not really going to be going far. And yeah, lastly, I'm hoping it's an 8-slot trailer. In fact, it should tell me in the menu, I think. Doesn't say anything there. No. It looks like an 8-slot, doesn't it? Yeah, which way are we going to go actually? We're going to go there. In fact, stop it then, I'll cut across here. I usually don't like cutting across this way, it's a little bit brutal compared to just going down that one, but for the sake of seeing how the vehicle handles it, yeah, we're just going to freestyle it after that. Yes sir, I lost my KRS today. Yeah, is that, yeah, the bandit. Oh, what's going on with that then? Like I say, you're the first one who's mentioned it, but there's a possibility. It's pretty unlucky if you're like the only one suffering from a various bug. Is it only specifically like the year 1 stuff that's gone for you as well? I believe any DLC trucks from year 1 is showing locked. Yeah, that's definitely weird. After I've just crossed this a little bit, I'll go... I don't think they would be locked, because just before I started the live stream, I went through all the vehicles to buy them and that. And other than I had to travel to like America to buy some of the American vehicles, I don't think anything was locked for me. But I can go and check. It's definitely, yeah, it's not good if they're doing that kind of thing. It's going to start locking everyone's vehicles. Kitten, what was your favourite map that you have ever played on? Good question. I really liked some of the original stuff, like Black River. I like that map. Smithville Dam, White Valley, Northport. There's some of the original maps I liked. As far as the DLC maps that go, I did like the Wisconsin phase, particularly the first one. Was it Black Badger Lake? What else was there? Definitely, I wouldn't say it's my favourite map or anything like that, but Lake Covd kind of grew on me once I was able to travel like up and down the middle of the map with the kind of icy frozen river. Yeah, I like that map quite a bit because it had like the cliffs at one section was quite fun to mess around on. The Mandra was definitely too annoyingly slow for the most part. What other good maps was there? Phase 4, Cosmodrome was quite a nice map. Or Cosmodrome was, what was the other one? Chimcharuski, whatever it's called. Chinokaments? And yeah, and to be fair, like, these are Phase 8 maps as well. I think the only reason I wouldn't place as my favourite maps is there's not like a whole lot going on them, but they're definitely very nice looking maps. I'm still enjoying kind of driving around them. There's still some good river crossings and all that stuff to do, but yeah, they're probably missing a bit of verticality on some of these maps. But other than that, it's I'd say that yeah, they still rank pretty highly up there. But yeah, some of the original maps like Black River and that, I've always liked that map. One nice thing when as and when I do the New Game Plus, like just to have all those missions back, because it was just one of them. By the time I was sort of learning the game, I'd kind of completed most of that map by the time I was really getting into the swing of things. I've got to say, this trailer does suit this truck as well. Seems to go pretty well together. I regret not bringing a goddamn horse with me. Just for moral support, like, if nothing else. Nice little engine bundle going onto this as well. Killable tree or not. We'll give it another go because I kind of took the hammer a bit late. Yeah, pretty certain that's not killable. Where does it want me to go now? Oh, they're going to be scattered all over the place. Not that it really matters. Oh, well then. Tell them to go over there and there. Where was the other one then? Only those two? Oh no. Another one? Where's the last one then? Oh, fucking hell, all over the place. Well, might as well get that one first. A bit of a trek. Not that it really matters, I suppose, but I didn't realise they were, yeah, scattered all over the place. So let's just draw. As the crow flies. Yeah, then we'll kind of drive properly. One of them rare moments. Across there. Time of day again. Well, as I go past the garage in a minute, I might have to pet myself a goddamn horse. Oh yeah, and while I'm there, yeah, I'll see if my KRS Bandit is missing. Age 10 years watching that unfold. As you can see how, like, for example, the AGL 10x10 thing I was using earlier, how much more efficient and just nicer the crane is. This thing, bless it, it's all pretty bloody slow then. What's the name of this trailer pack? It looks so useful. I believe it comes with this truck. The truck is called the K7286. I'll probably do this mission and I might call it a day. I'll load back to the menu as well, and I'll just check who the modder and that is. It's a mod that's been out for a little while, so as far as like on the pages, maybe if you did it voted like top rated mods and all the rest of it, it might be fairly early on the list. But yeah, it might be easier if I just go and check at the end who actually made it. Because that's what I've been wanting to show this trailer on a live stream for a little while. And yeah, every time I kept doing different trailer packs and all this and that, I kept not being able to find it, and then just randomly tonight as I was scrolling through my mods, I just noticed that it was part of the thumbnail, and yeah. So I'm 99% certain it is just specific, like with this truck, if you put this mod on. I'm not even 100% sure. I probably can, but I was going to say I don't even know if I can select this trailer with other trucks. It may even just be one of those trailers that is, yeah, purely unique to this vehicle, and you have to take this just to activate it in the first place. Which, if someone else, I can go and check again near the end of the game. I can quickly just fly another vehicle up to the trailer store and see if it'll work with all like other vehicles. But yeah, like, I fully agree, like as far as a useful trailer goes, I think it's my favourite 8-slot trailer, and particularly paired with this vehicle as well. It sits high enough that the legs on it never, I don't know, I've not really had much of an issue like with it catching or anything tonight, which with the usual 8 slots I normally do. But this vehicle definitely sits nice and high, which helps. The fact that it's got a big fat bank of tyres going on as well kind of helps, and I think they're raised up quite a lot, so it sort of helps lift the sort of chassis of the trailer or whatever off the ground. And I think on top of that, I believe, repair, there's the roof rack, sideboard, semi-trailer, so it's also got 250 repair points and 2 spare tyres. Fuel, what did it have for that? Sideboards, and then 500 fuel on it as well, so pretty handy. Wow, I just logged back in and now it's showing unlocked. Weird thing is, it's showing I own it, but I can't find it. Yeah, as a check, yeah, that's weird. It might have been like some temporary bug, but obviously it sounds like it's hit you somehow, because if it's saying you've got it. It did that to me a while ago. Which vehicle did it steal of mine? Might have been the Voron Grad that it originally took off me, and that said I still owned the vehicle, but I couldn't find it, so I don't know, but yeah, there might be a chance it has actually just taken the vehicle off you. Which kind of sucks if it has. The answer to that, I'd say, is do like the, if you can, the mod, and just put the money cheat on, and that's what I've done on this, and this is my mod playthrough. Well, I've still got 36 million, so it'll take me a good while yet before I run out of money, and that's what the game owed me. All my reparations for stealing all my bloody vehicles, and loads of trailers that stole off me as well. Fusion Soldier, you're an awesome dude. I appreciate it, man. Glad you're yeah, enjoying the videos and live streams and all that. I think it might be a good time to repair this vehicle, to be honest. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm about kill the trees and oh yeah, set the camp. Oh shit. Oh my goddamn horse. It's been too long. Plus he has repairs. It's a justified horse. Oh, I keep clicking the buttons too quick. Albert White, hello. I'm new to the game and the stream. How's it going, dude? Good to have you joining us. Yeah, well, if you're new to the game, you got a whole lot of snow running to do. And this would be my first piece of advice: is get yourself a loaf. He is an invaluable member of the team. I'm not sure how many times he's actually saved my bacon, but he's on video hundreds of times doing just that. He's definitely a Hall of Famer for rescues. Oh yeah, I can have lights on this one. I think I'll do. I don't even particularly like that colour scheme, but it'll do. Shit, I was like that. Just trying to put the fog lights on. Yeah. Time 80. When the trucks disappear like that, go into your different garages and cycle back and forth through the 5 slots. It usually pops back in. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, cheers for letting us know. I think my Voron and that's probably long gone by now, but that did take it off me like probably 2 odd years ago, so. And like I said as well, it stole a loaf off me, but by pure chance, days prior, OG loaf cloned himself, and then I had 2 loaves. And the game stole the clone. So, he predicted his own theft, and came up with a solution. Cloned himself as a decoy, and then yeah. Game stole the wrong loaf. That is a goddamn professional. Knows how to do that sort of stuff. I'm wearing like a hat. Either wear him like a hat or I can load him onto the garbage. I like wearing him like a hat, gotta be honest. This train designed very well for getting them onto the roof. Lifting again. Just try and load them on the garbage. This crane is pretty horrific, to say the least. Which, to be fair, I think this crane in general is pretty terrible. I don't think it's like specific to this mod. I think the mod is just using the default crane, which, yeah, it's pretty terrible. Oh, he's on. We're away. Right, I'm just going to quickly change it to daytime. Just a lynch, good to know. Yeah, I never knew that as well, cycling through that. Albert White, a friend of mine got me this game and I'm having a blast with it. Yeah, that's good to know. It is a bloody good game. There's certainly little things that they could do with fixing, definitely, but yeah, overall it's like, well, coming up 3 years and I'm Still playing it near enough every day. And well, yeah, it would be every day, apart from like other life getting in the way. And yeah, I'm still not. I've not done every mission or anything. Note to self: it's not like a swamp for whatever reason. Just having a good peek. The eyeballing it. He knows. I'll identify what kind of mud it is. We got thrown it. Reverse the load along to the next piece of garbage when I load it. Just want to say garbage, you don't really say that with it here. For some reason this crane does not like just lift yourself up. What are you doing? I don't know, it's a bit sketchy. It's not, yeah, lifting up in the air. I'm holding L1. Thankfully it didn't glitch then, but normally it's not advisable to unpack the cargo when you've got a load packed on top of it. But like I say, he's goddamn professional, so he's trained for these kind of situations. Time I sign in, I swear the update messes something else up. That's the thing I will say, is like every time they've added a new season, it's bugged something out, and for yeah, the most part, they're pretty slack on kind of tidying up things that they break a little bit as they add each phase. And a lot of them as well seem like such simple things. And various different things that like various modders sort of find a way around or a solution to, or just improve it in general. I mean, again, that AGL crane earlier was, yeah, just a much nicer, fun, workable crane to use. There's a trucks tab in the profile menu. I think it tells you where all your trucks are. Yeah, true. That's what I was going to suggest actually. Like, if you press down on the D-pad and then scroll across to that trucks, and then you've got all your various trucks listed. If you can find your KRS Bandit in there, it should at least tell you like that. For example, the Ford Clip 9000. It's telling me it's in Northport, etc. So you might be able to track it down that way. Goddamn professional, just chilling in the wild. Sure, no goddamn Tyrannosaurus Rexes appear out of nowhere. Pretty much go to the side. What do I? Let's try and go this way. Oh wait there. Wait, are we even crossing the river? Not really. Okay, main point. What path? Cat's turned up. this vehicle, this mod, there's a few little things, a little rough around the edges here and there, but overall it's actually quite nice to drive. The fact that it's got plenty of weight to it is nice. It's certainly handy for knocking trees over. But yeah, overall, power-wise, it certainly doesn't feel like it's like an OP broken vehicle at all either. It kind of fits in pretty well with the game. I'll be right back. I love this game, but I think I secretly hate myself sometimes also. It's one of those sadistic self-punishment things. Or torture yourself with some off-roading. Anybody else having trouble with the engine sound on Boron, AE and Dan? Sounds scratchy. I've not noticed so far. Boron, AE. I drove that not too long ago as well, and it all seemed fine then. Obviously, yeah, they could well be, especially if they've released this pre-order with a Season 3, they may have done like a bit of a background secret patch that's kind of messed things up a little bit. Wouldn't surprise me because there's a few people have kind of mentioned a few new bugs tonight. I think that's normally the culprit. They've yeah, done some kind of sneaky update in the background. Looks like you have a boron and the den. Killing the trees just fine, but I think I'll make it through that building. Ramp flatbed in the background, tipped over. Definitely been here before. Signature move of mine. Bloody cat has always been waking me up so much recently. Tonight, I've been waking him up all night. Not in just a pure spiteful way, it's just to see if then sleeps when I sleep, instead of harassing me. That's one of the best fix the fuel tank, before I lose all the fuel. Here's the suspension. Let's see the chat. Just unpack the loaf. Do it like that. Just so it doesn't go mad with the glitching. Quarry. Change the time of day again. I know, noisy bollocks. Which way should I go around? Yeah, fuck it, we'll just cut over there. Let's see how it does through the water. I assume it's got a snorkel somewhere at the top. It might be hidden by the roof line. Not too sure. I'm assuming it's pretty high up. Maybe it's just one of those vents at the back. Bees over? No. Pretty tough bees. Doing that. Snorkel must be pretty high up because it didn't even say, like, moan about the engine getting close to drowning them. Like I say though, it's a vehicle that, fucking hell man, what are you doing, cat? You're smashing fucking the room up. What are you doing? sex robots. Drive without looking at the screen for a minute. Oh, yeah, again, I think game was I deleted them. Oh yeah, well there you go, that's the last piece of garbage I needed. That's suddenly impossible. Oh, it's all that piece of cargo being a dick. Trailer doesn't want to sit level. No idea. The other three were loading just fine, unless it's got to be near the back. I'm not too sure of it. Yeah, there was a while when the game wasn't that moany about it. Just kind of let you load whatever you want. But it's gone back to being a bit of a dick again. Getting spammers is a sign you've made it big, right? It's true, maybe. Sex robots do like a bit of low faction. Wonder how many people it actually like. Whatever. Yeah, what was it saying? Like my private photos here. Like yeah, you and 100 million other people. Sure, right, cargo is too long. Oh, so is it only a 7-slot trailer then? Is it? Yeah, because it doesn't. I don't know. Was all the cargo just scooted backwards a little bit? Yeah, it's not looking good. To be fair, it doesn't really matter. So that's the case. We'll wear it like that. I'll just load it in the trailer after I drop the other stuff off. Plan B. Yeah, it does look a bit tight to squeeze that last one in. That's what she said, of course, but... Yeah, must be a 7-slot one. Yeah, not enough slots. Now we know. Like I say, this is a plan B, should do the job. Oh, fuel as well. Oh, fuel going on. So 500 fuel in the trailer and it's 450 to fill this truck up, so you've got just over a whole other tank's worth. Or your trailer is too short. Yeah, true, I definitely, well, it's a bit odd being a 7-slot. I mean, not complaining, it's more the merrier, but yeah, I just kind of assumed it'd be an 8-slot. I have to say that I was eyeballing it at the start, thinking like, oh, is it? I wasn't sure if the this truck was just making it look a little bit smaller. will be the answer. It was in one whole slot. Sounds like a tragedy. Drown. Sons of bitches. Send in the loaf. Install. Actually, you know, submarine. Well, it's gonna stall when he runs out of engine health, but until then, he has got repairs. Goddamn horse of a vehicle, please have a loaf. All of life's problems. There's a loaf. Sure, right, by the way, your voice is a bit quiet. Is that any better? I've just moved the mic a bit nearer. I get nervous about touching the whole headset recently, because every now and then it keeps being a dick and making me audio go all crackly. The world's laziest vehicle. Some fucking effort. Where are we actually heading to? Don't know if you can get in that way. It might make me go around the long way. Voice better now, thanks. Yeah, no worries, dude. Cheers for letting us know. I think for some reason it's like when I record videos, it's a lot louder in general. Like I can keep the mic a lot further away, and I turn my voice volume down to like 60%. Whereas yeah, for some reason on the live streams it's like a lot quieter. Even when I move the mic closer, it's still not too happy about it. Yeah, I had to hook up my Bluetooth speaker just to hear you. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't realise it was that quiet. Breakfast. Just a minute, gonna head out later, guys. Yeah, no worries, dude. I appreciate it. Cheers for popping in. What the hell are we stuck on? And yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening or night, whatever it is for you. What time is it here? At 5 in the morning. What is that noise? There's like, I know there's birds living in my roof, but I'm telling you. It sounds like fucking Freddy Krueger's living in there with them. Essentially just hear things scratching in my walls all night. I don't know what the fuck they're up to, but It's a bit sketchy. They seem to like to do stuff at like 3 in the morning as well. I'm assuming one day they'll actually make their way into my house. Get a boost. Horse. I just wanted to see if I think the trailer beaching a little bit there. These trees I'm stuck on. Might be the trees because I'm pretty locked in place. Get out of it. Well, I'm just going to switch back to this truck because I want to see if the trailer is beaching or not. I think it might be, but yeah, I don't know if it's that tree. Either way though, it's definitely... yeah, it is the trailer. It's definitely less trollish than the normal 8 slot, but again, well, if it's one less slot, it kind of will make a little bit of a difference. Break this tree. Nice if you did. I didn't even disconnect the winch there for some reason. When I stopped winching, it just... oh, it must have broke the other tree. I'll break this tree this way then. Got it all going on here. I'd say for future reference, probably don't cut across this swamp. It's a bit swampy. Oh shit, I'm in reverse. Moonwalking by himself. Yeah, I think it's just the swamp then. I was going to say, I'm not sure if I'm stuck or like stuck on a tree or something, or if it's just this swamp, but the fact that I am creeping forward, I don't think I'm caught on it like a tree. And again, that is one nice thing with a loaf. He has his own little mobile winch point. Tariq, did you watch the game today? It's like the on about the World Cup game. I didn't watch it. For some reason, it was weird. I wasn't even really going to watch it, but I've seen on YouTube it just said about the game, and I typed in England versus France, and there was loads of people live streaming it, but they were playing like FIFA or something. I don't know. It was weird, but they were saying it was like France versus England, but there was loads doing it, and they had like quite a lot of viewers. I don't know what all that was about. What am I still stuck on now? The trailer on that tree. I did watch the highlights of it in the end, which, to be honest, is a bit annoying in the sense that the like news channels on YouTube just put in their headlines like England have been knocked out, and it's like, thanks. Normally they yeah, like the idea is not to tell you the result in the title of the video. There's something going on in this swamp that it's getting caught on. Oh, is it that tree right slap bang in the middle? Could be the one. Of course not, cargo falls off. Got it all going on, it's all going fine in the last few minutes. Sean, right, that's no ordinary loaf, I reckon. That is a AGL loaf. But I do have literally hundreds of videos of the normal loaf. Saving me bacon. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this crane. Just lift the fuck up. I don't know, it has some aversion to lifting for some reason. Pretty sure it could go a lot taller than that if it wanted to, I don't know. It's not keen on it. I've never seen anybody rock the loaf like you, I'm impressed. I appreciate it. There's a bit of loaf training to get used to it, but yeah. The loaf is he's an absolute goddamn professional these days. I've learned his ways. I just kind of know by now, in general, like, if I get stuck in some kind of situation, I've sort of learned all the different ways you can do something with a loaf. He's just, like, yeah, I've said it before, he's like a mushroom on Super Mario. Like an extra life, an extra chance to blag your way out of some kind of situation that you've got yourself into. And, yeah, like there, for example, I mean, well, earlier, towed me out the water, and then there is like just a mobile winch point in general, and then obviously on top of that it's got fuel and all the rest of it. If I did roll it, it'd be a bit of a beast flipping this truck back, but I'm pretty damn certain, 'cause this mod's quite an old one, I'm pretty certain I have flipped this mod with the loaf before. There's already another horse waiting. His own little 2-slot trailer and all. Can't ask for any more than that. Tariq, I heard about that. People streaming FIFA with lower resolutions trick people into watching. Yeah, it was weird. There was like multiple channels that were doing it, and some of them had, you know, like thousands of people watching. And I have to say, I clicked on a few of them. I kind of... Some of them said in the title that it's like... Is it PES, or like Pro Evolution Soccer or whatever it is, and some said FIFA, but other ones were definitely just saying like, you know, England versus France World Cup game live, and you click on it, and to be fair, it's funny because the graphics these days, like you say, they probably did turn the resolution down a little bit, but it was pretty hard to tell the difference until just every now and then on like a FIFA game, as one of the players are running in the background, they'll just do a weird move to go round, like move a bit further over on the pitch or whatever, and you could just tell that it was like, yeah, that's definitely a computer. But I'm not sure if that's like a new thing where, yeah, they're going to be trying to trick people into thinking it's like the actual game. But all across YouTube, I couldn't find the game live anywhere. And then pretty much I must have been trying to watch it when it was in like the last 5 or 10 minutes of the game. And so not long after that, it just then started popping up with like different news things saying like, yeah, England lost to like missed a late penalty and all that sort of stuff. 15 grand for that mission. That's not too bad. It's actually quite a decent price for some of the missions you see these days. Yeah, heartbreaker for England, penalty missed. True. And I was saying as well, like, I'm not saying this is, oh, we could have won the World Cup otherwise, but for anyone that did see the highlights, the referee was a bit of a dick, to say the least. There's quite a few people, like, been calling them out. They did some pretty shit decisions. We got fouled in the box. That's what she said. And they didn't give the penalty. There's just a few sketchy decisions from it. It always happens every time we're in the World Cup. And again, I just think we're good enough to lose. Good enough to lose. But we always get screwed over by some shitty decision. I remember years ago, I'm still not a particular fan of Ronaldo because of this, and I don't even really watch football anymore. But I think it's in like the 02 World Cup or something, where he like dived and then was winking at the ref, and we got, I can't remember, a penalty against us or whatever. But yeah, we always get put out by some shitty ref decisions going on. Whereas I think if we were just left to our own devices, we'd lose all on our own. It'd just be nice to see us lose like that way. But yeah, I seen the penalty that we missed. It was a bit of a crap penalty. He kicked it over the bar. Yeah, I went across Lake Coved once without a loaf, never again. Exactly, he's always there to wing something. What was I going to check quickly was if the bandit is available. Although I think that problem solved itself actually, didn't it? I think, yeah, mine's still available there. I've only got 2. Oh yeah, it's on my mod playthrough. Excuse me. And what was the other thing? Was the Voron AE and Dan sounding a bit iffy. Let's go and see what they're like. I think Dan might be back near the beginning. Where are you, Dan? Maybe it wasn't back at the beginning. No. Explore? What the hell? Still not even unlocked Dan. There's a little bit of a weird noise in the background. Can't really remember. The engine itself doesn't sound too bad, but what is that noise when I change gear? Sounds like a bit rattly. I can't really notice anything like too scratchy or anything, but I don't know if it's just me. I'm only wearing my headset on like one ear, so it's not quite as loud. What is that one? Oh, the drilling spare parts, which I've not unlocked the warehouse for that one yet. I'll just see, I might do one more quick mission before I go. Dragon Slayer 72. Hello, Mr. Lone Wolf from Fayetteville? Is that North Carolina? Yeah, how's it going though, dude? Good to have you joining us. MacDog, the Dan is in Russia. Yeah, it's, in fact, do you know what? Could do that. I've got, it's on the Quarry, isn't it? See, there's loads I've not done on this map. I remember he's like around here somewhere, I think. Damn horse already waiting. Stealth loaf. Sorry, let's just go and see quickly. In fact, yeah, I was going to say, have I unlocked the garage? I've not even unlocked the garage in Zimnogorsk. yeah, Quarry, yeah, cheers, dude. I think, can I just drive up to it? Or have I got to activate an actual mission before it'll... I think, like, the truck itself might be there, but I don't know if it'll let me actually get it unless I've got the mission activated or something. We'll go and see. If not, I'll probably call it a day pretty soon, but just for the last 10 minutes or whatever, I'll pick up a quick vehicle and fly there. So it sounded like it just blew up in my garage. Decisions. Let's go for this one. Those tyres look pretty nice as they are. Why so much winch? Player more. I know that feeling. I think this will pretty much do as it is. But I have to take a horse just in case. Build one. Always got loaf blanks, just to be safe. Repair and refuel task. Cheers, dude. I'll have a look in a sec. Foggy on this map. Facing life. Yep, I just did that mission for the third time. It's easier to get there from the Zimnagor side, in my opinion. Yeah, I do agree with that, definitely. I haven't built the garage yet in Zimnagorsk on this playthrough. So I didn't have a garage to load up to. Otherwise, yeah, I definitely would have spawned from that location. Just following the road, really, isn't it? So I've not even got on. I won't bother this time, but that upgrade down there. This thing gets a bit of a move on. 10 gears, which is really nice. Time of day. Hopefully it gets rid of a bit of that fog. It never used to. I was going to say it used to be that foggy, but it still feels like it's a bit foggy now. Really, this is what they did to like the flooded foothills and those that phase and started getting pretty bad frame rates. So did too much of that. It seems alright at the minute, considering how fast this thing's flying along as well. Doesn't really seem to be moaning so far. Slow to kick in there. Pretty sure I'm going the right way, but yeah, just put a waypoint there so I can actually tell. Where I'm heading. So it seems to do some nice drifts. Swampy stuff. Certainly can. All right there. Still, swap quicker than most vehicles go over here. I remember this. Kind of not necessarily fondly, but I still remember it nonetheless. Along here where I originally tested my low roll cage. Crane wrapped over them. That's before they'd even let us pack vehicles. Which I have to say, that's one thing they did add to the game kind of a little while back now, but certainly way after the game first come out. It's definitely come in handy a hell of a lot. Thankfully they haven't even patched like being able to pack it on the roof of the vehicles and stuff. Worried once they get wind of that they might try and cock block it, but so far, touch wood, they haven't. I've got a question and hope someone here can help. I played co-op for the first time. The next time I played my regular game, all my trucks where it's like I'm missing out. To be honest, I've not really played online. I'm trying to think though. I'm sure I did hear a bug like that happened to someone ages ago though. I'm trying to think what they were saying about it. Or if it was even for the same reason. Sorry, for some reason it's cut some of your message off. I've just seen it on my phone here. All of my trucks were gone. Is it possible for someone to steal them? I don't think they can steal them. It might be a bug. I'm just trying to think if there'd be a way around it. I'm not sure. I'd probably try and reload the game and that and see if that helps. Failing that, I don't know. I'd probably go on to like the SnowRunner forums, because I'd imagine if that is a bug, it must have. Chances are it would have happened to somebody else by now, and they might have a solution to it. I sort of vaguely remember someone saying something similar happened to them, but probably going back over a year now, and I can't really remember what they were saying about it. I mean, like I say, worst case, if it's taken all your vehicles, I know it's a little bit of a pain to buy them all back, but there is always that mod for the money cheat, just so you don't actually have to go and like farm loads of stuff, because yeah, back when it stole my Voron Grad and various stuff off me, I was suppose I may as well get that watchtower while I'm at it. Yeah. That was before like we had the mod money cheat or anything like that, and I had to go and do hours of the I think it was the cargo container delivery contest thing that was on Drowned Lands, the map I've just been on. And yeah, to do bloody hours just to earn a boring bread back. Progress is only saved on the host session. Non-host can only get money, experience and upgrades. Yeah, true. I wonder which one was the host then. I reloaded and still gone. Just trying to think, like that guy saying earlier about the flicking through all your garage slots. I'm not sure if it will help, but if you go like into your garage and then scroll, yeah, like in each garage you've got like loads of slots like in the garage that are next to each other. If you scroll through them, they were saying like that might reset it. Other than that, I really don't know, dude, to be honest. Yeah, it was one of them things that, like I say, if it is an actual bug, I'd imagine it's happened to other people. There might be like a specific thread in the SnowRunner forums that say like if there's a way around that or whatever. Like I say, ages ago, I think it was when like the online play and all that first come out. I'm sure someone said they had a similar issue, but I can't really remember what the solution was. Plus, like I say, I've not really heard anyone say that for a while, that it's just stole all their vehicles. Which is obviously, yeah, pretty concerning if it has. I'm just wondering if there's like some little bug that there'll be like a something you got to click or just go through some little thing and it'll kind of reload them all or something. Had to rebuy all of them, yeah. No, that's pretty bad then, especially if you've gone as far as like rebuying them all. It probably has stolen them. Which, yeah, it's definitely a bit iffy. Definitely make me a bit nervous about going online if that was the case. I mean, that's part of the reason like why now I've got a separate playthrough for my mods. There's done. Oh, pretty close. In fact, I'll just quickly look if it was a contract. If not, I'll. I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah, if it's not just got the mission here, then we'll go and see Dan, but I'm probably not going to be able to unlock it. Dragon Slayer, thanks for the money cheat. Yeah, exactly, that's definitely a bit of a lifesaver, that one. Like I said, it stole a few things off me here and there. Not everything though, there's people that have been hit worse. I remember, like, when they were updating various phases, what was it? Phase 1 or 2, one of them was really bad and it took loads of people's vehicles. Yeah, there's Dan. I'm not sure what mission, well, I mean, like, I've just looked in my missions and it ain't that one, and I don't think it was any of these as well. There might be, like, I might have to do other ones first before it lets me unlock them. Not any of those ones. But it doesn't really matter, to be fair. I've probably got a mod version of Dan, to be fair. So it's probably going to be one of these other ones that are locked. Although it doesn't even look like I've got many of them left. God knows. Farmington, sup homies, smash them buttons and ring that bell. I appreciate it, dude. MacDog, it's a task. Wonder where it is then to actually unlock it. Oh, there's another upgrade there as well. What that is. In fact, fuck it, we'll go and get that little side mission, but that'll probably be more useful in the long run. And that's the same Dan, obviously, I'm on this playthrough, but back in the day when it stole my clone loaf. It stole the loaf, but then a Dan was there, so the clone loaf traded himself in. He took the hit, gave me a free Dan, which again back then was like it's like 130, 40 grand vehicle that I was technically able to sell. I don't think I did in the end. I think I got all kind of like sentimental and wanted to keep it instead, but yeah, it was a chunk of money there. I found it on MapRunner, MacDog. Oh, sorry, I might have missed a bit there. Dragon Slayer co-op never again. Yeah, that certainly put me off. If it's stealing all my vehicles, it'd be an absolute disaster. How long have you actually, like, was it a lot of vehicles? Had you been playing a long time before then? To replace all the vehicles now, for me, it'd take fucking hours and hours, probably days, just to buy all the vehicles and upgrade them all and everything. TZ166, fair enough, not the most useful of upgrades for me, but there's one in the bag. What the hell is that there? Oh, it's just a calf, like where the upgrade was. You have to do the first scan mission before you can unlock it. Ah, fair enough, cheers, that's probably why it's not then. Should be right there on the road next to the Dan. Yeah, like a square. Like a yellow square to accept the mission. I remember for a little while, back when I first unlocked Quarry on my original playthrough, that I drove past the Dan a couple of times, so I couldn't really remember what the situation was, but I remember that I couldn't rescue it like immediately, otherwise I would. Goodness, Mum, that's right, I forgot about that part. Yeah, well, I think that's probably about it. There's not really much else going along on here. I'm not really going to spend a hell of a lot of time on this map anyway. It's worth it. In fact, I'll leave this here because at some point in the future I probably will come back to these maps and get some of them done. What have we got on Crossroad? I just want like one little quick last mission to do. Gotta be something on here. I should have done less missions on this than I've done on a normal playthrough. Is there actually a mission on Crossroads where we've got to take that trailer, that fuel trailer with us? Or is that just some random screenshot they've made? Or have I already done that mission? I get mixed up what I've done and what I haven't these days. Grand restock sounds a bit of a long mission. In fact, yeah, one of these Fair enough. Let's go and do that one to finish, and then I will call it a day. What vehicle do we use is the next question. Something that's got a bit of speed to it. To be fair, yeah, did I have one of those Bart's Phoenix? Hopefully I can get that crane and everything off it. I've been playing since the game was 6 months old, so a lot of time in it. Yeah, that pissed me right off. It's definitely pretty bad taking that much stuff. Like I say, if by now, if you've bought all the stuff back and everything, it probably has like already, you know, saved the game and all the rest of it. I know there is like a save file, but every now and then when I get blue screened, it sort of, when I load it back up, it says my save file's corrupted and it needs to load up one of the previous ones. But again, by now, if you've bought everything back, it's probably even like updated and overwritten that as well. That'll do. Dragons there, all Bartleby and Fox mods. Lost that for a bit of speed. Oh no, probably it was just the tyres that took a hit then. The suspension is unkillable. You don't normally see tyres take that many hits either. I should get a goddamn horse out. Otherwise I'm not going to have any tyres left. Blown a tyre yet, but definitely taking a bit of a beating. Hiding in there. Is that a build? No, there is a. What the hell is that? Is that something I've left there previously? Oh, fair. Oh, another Phoenix. What are the chances? We are the creators of some killer mods. That is true, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Bartleby, Fox, AGL, JBE, there's still some good mods from him as well. What was it, Mr. Buses? I think the guy, they're normally called like the Z2 mods, like that tractor I was using earlier. The guy's called something like XCP900 or something. He's got there's a few mods he's done that are sort of quite unique but pretty handy. I'm trying to think what. I think he's done a bridge mod. Yeah, there's that tractor. There's a few of them of his I use. And Glitchworks as well, he's got some good mods. They normally take quite a bit of memory, but... yeah, they're worth getting, like, some of them are pretty nice. And yeah, Fox's mods have always been so bad, and they don't take up hardly any memory either, except like the odd one, the Roadrunner, is a bloody good vehicle, definitely worth getting. But you just, it takes up quite a bit of memory, so you've got to sort of turn off a lot of the other stuff. Yeah, so this is one of the missions where really you want to... What's it to restart it left on the D-pad? You kind of want to, if it's going to time it as soon as you start, you sort of want to get a bit of a run up as you go through it. Will do. This thing ain't liking the mud as much. Stick to the grass. It's probably a disaster of a rally mission thing. I knew where I was going. Oh no, tree stumps. Son of a bitch, they just hook on your axles. Well, first things first, I think I should probably go back to the beginning, and then I should probably draw some waypoints so I actually know where I'm going. I'll get one run in, bag of gold, and then yeah, then I will call it a day. Son of a bitch. Might be an unkillable tree, maybe. Well, I can see I can go at least 2 minutes and it's going to be a gold medal. Is it going to go down to silver at 2? No. Hopefully my tyres have got enough health in them. I've been taking some hits. I'm going to switch to another vehicle and back to that, it'll just cancel the mission then. So I can restart it normally. In fact, so AJ's Western Start's probably not going to be a bad one because this thing absolutely flies. Yeah, switching it up. Before I do, the rally one, I think it was. Right, so you're gonna have to jump over that train, which has got a little ramp there. I'm not sure if the train might be able to squeeze through that gap. Yeah, that's what she said. John McIver. Hey Mr. Lone Wolf, speaking of wolves, almost had my ass taken out by a wolf yesterday. Did you? That's pretty crazy. An actual proper wolf. I had a fox possibly coming near me the other week, when I was walking around at night, and yeah, that was bad enough. The whole fox though. Any word if there's going to be a year 3 coming out? Yeah, there's apparently, I think there might even be the pre-order. So if you go into the, well, I'm on the PlayStation store, you might be able to see, like, just to pre-order it. I'm not sure if there's any screenshots or anything going on though. But it's yeah, that pretty much confirms that it exists and it'll be coming out at some point. Oh, everything feels like it's a bit slower going up that hill. Not like the truck's slower. Well, obviously, but I don't know. It must just be coded that way, because it did the same with that Phoenix as well. Felt like it was not getting up to speed. Tree stumps. Oh shit. Angry Ginger Life. Wheels up will reduce understeer if needed. Still 6x6. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I did, yeah. Yeah, cheers dude, that's a good point. Towing in northern Canada ain't safe. It sounds like it. You don't need a whole ass wolf trying to get you. Like I say, in England, we have like an aggressive bumblebee. That's about as bad as it gets. Well, again, a fox. Rarely. But for the most part, things are pretty safe and chilled out in England. Slick nutter. See if we can get through this gap. Might go actually. Squeeze. I mean, it's a bit of a harsh gap to try and make it through, considering probably going to be using trucks for this mission over scouts for the most part. I don't know, the box. Boggy mud at the end to try and catch him out. Well, we're going to be bagging a gold. The main thing, 308. We'll leave it there for now, but yeah, well, we've got that in. In fact, let's just recover it. Job's a good one. Angry Ginger Life, happy to help. Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. That was good thinking. Well, yeah, you're the guy who made the mod, so you know what you're talking about with that. But yeah, it did helps decrease the understeer a little bit. Still got plenty of power, even with this 6 axles. Yeah, like I say, I think we'll probably call it a day there. Overall, that tractor thing, where is it? I'll just go and find that quickly by an example. As far as farming goes, I'd definitely say worth getting. You still do have to, yeah, go and buy each section of the trailer, but for those of you that have seen it, the actual farm in itself, ate that for breakfast, and it was a lot nicer to drive. It's not articulated, so it steers a lot nicer and more consistently. Yeah, particularly that they're doing that farming mission where you got to do 12 lots of cargo. This thing will save you a hell of a lot of time. Wolves are one thing here, but we got reports tonight that we had a polar bear in the area, so tonight's call out was extra scary. Troll would not want to see one of them. Even, yeah, even on the other side of the field or whatever. Pretty sketchy thing, although every now and then you just see a random video of like some Russian that's just got a polar bear leaning in his window, like feeding it or something, like it's a completely normal thing. He'd probably have some kind of heart attack if I seen an actual polar bear. Although that's probably about as close as you're getting these days to the getting chased by like a T-Rex. I know it's not T-Rex size, but it'll still fuck you up pretty good. But yeah, I couldn't even imagine, like, I don't know if England just always was not that scary in terms of animals, or I think we just killed everything that was remotely a threat until, yeah, we've just got, like, bumblebees left now. And we kind of let them do their thing, because I suppose they pollinate everything, but snakes we don't really have. I think there's apparently a few poisonous snakes here and there. For some reason they released some, it was a few years ago now, but they were trying to regrow the population of like poisonous adders or something, and it's like, why the fuck would you add them back? We clearly were doing pretty well at getting rid of them. But for the most part, like that snake that flew out of the hedge back in the day when I was fishing and it started swimming in the water towards me, I'm pretty sure that was just like a grass snake, and that's probably, even that's not rare to see, but you certainly don't see many of them. And yeah, like I say, everything else we've got here is just pretty normal. Even weather-wise, we don't have hurricanes. We don't have, well, we have earthquakes, but they're they're just, you know, fun, like, oh, cool. The ground rumbled for 10-20 seconds and that's it. You never, like, I think someone's chimney fell off once, like 15 years ago from an earthquake, but that's about it. It's just, it's all pretty tame. Yeah, anyway, I think this mod, I think that was about the only, or as far as new mods go anyway. Obviously, yeah, it's a pretty new mod, this one. Western Star 47X. NF 1430, 10x10 AGL. Definitely worth getting, it's a lot of fun. With the unbreakable suspension and that. It's a pretty good one to go flying around. Like I say, I think for the most part, that was the only new mod I've actually used tonight, was that tractor. And in fact, yeah, that's the same modder. The Z2. And then I'll go and look at the name of that, again, that mod I was using with the 7-slot kind of deep sideboard trailer. Just because it is a bit of an older mod, so it might be easier just to type the name in. Mod browser. It's like practically frozen, there we go. Oh, page 10 of 11, I was going to say, I don't recognise normally on page 1 the mods that were coming up. So that mod is that ZXP990, which, like I said, he's got a few different good mods. He does the that Paris-Dakar rally truck as well, and there's quite a few other things, I can't remember. There's something else I was looking at tonight that was his. God no, well yeah, there's that one, which is a nice rally vehicle, to be fair. In fact, that'd probably be a good one for doing that mission I just did. Oh, and that one, the Z2 Tornado thing, that was a nice one to drive. I think he did the bridge mod as well, and then where's this other thing I added? Broin, they make Canada sound like a nice place, but there have been people killed by something as simple as a goose. Canada goose. Yeah, we have Canada geese over here, to be fair. As far as over here, they are pretty high on the scale of, like, I don't know. Everyone kind of knows, don't fuck with a Canada goose. But they are a bit crazy. And my brothers, like, their dad had a farm when they were kids, and yeah, they had a lake, and there was like a little island on the middle. I think they called it like Donut Lake because it just sort of looked like a donut. But I'm sure it must have been Dave. It's got to be Dave. He rode over there, and there was a load of Canada geese nesting in the middle, and they all started attacking him. And then where I used to live, when I had a caravan and stuff, it was on like it's called Billin Aquadrome, and it's like just a load of lakes and fields and shit that's like a protected place for birds, so we'd get Canada geese there as well. And to be fair, in the scheme of things, they were pretty tame because I think they were quite used to people walking around. But again, if it was any bird was going to be starting shit, it was most likely a Canada goose. Yeah, that's that mod, the K3K7286. Yeah. Passy for Nick.Sergey. Looks like the mod came out the 7th of the 10th. Oh, it might have been updated maybe on the 7th of the 10th, 2022. But either way, if you do find it, it's definitely a mod worth getting. It's rated 92% as well. So even if you searched like change the search parameters to what would it be? Yeah, popular overall. It should appear pretty early on the list that way if it's at 92%. And yeah, like I say, I think that's about it. Canadian Cobra Death Chicken. That's what we call the the evil bastards. That sounds about right. They're definitely pretty crazy. So we had swans, they were fine, they're pretty chilled. Well, we had a few flying at us when we were rowing that swimming pool down the river. What else was there? The ducks were pretty funny. Yeah, it was the Canada geese. It was them. They were the ones that would just start shit for no reason. Start running at people that are just chilling out, having a picnic. And they didn't really come near where I lived. They sort of were nearer the lakes for the most part. But every time you go walking the dog or something, yeah, you'd usually hear Canada geese going for someone or something. And like I said, in the scheme of things, they were pretty tame because they were just like on the park and that. It was just there was always people walking around, so they were generally used to getting fed and all sorts. But yeah, they are little psychos. Them things are. Although I still think, like, you know, if a goose just runs at me, I can't see myself not like running off. I don't know. It's like where they say a swan can break your arm. I think I could break a swan's arm. Like, I know geese and all that can be pretty violent, but yeah. Give it a bit of a encouragement with your shoe. But still, they aren't unnecessarily violent for no apparent reason. They're like wasps. Wasps just try and start shit with you for no reason, and that's pretty much what the Canada geese were like. Like I say, the swans, if you rode near their nest and all that, they get a bit crazy. Ducks may be the same, but yeah, it was the Canada geese just roamed all over the park and just generally moaned at everybody. Right, I'll call it a day there. I've said that enough times, but yeah, I will actually call it a day. I appreciate everyone popping in. I'll pretty certain I'll have a video tomorrow because I've already got, I think, some of, if not all, the footage. There might be a day or so that I do miss next week just because I've got a few things to do, but for the most part it should be pretty normal. I'll try and crank out a video every day. John McIver, you say that now, my friend, just wait till one of them, the cold-hearted pricks, hunt you. That is true. It's one of to be honest, for the most part, I'd feel bad, like, properly kicking one. I'd sort of shoo it away with my shoe. But, yeah, if they keep coming back. When you see on YouTube, like, people run away from a duck or something, I just kind of think, if you just stand there, what's it gonna do? Coming from one who's been hunted by a goose. That's true, it sounds like you know what you're talking about, because you've got all sorts of animals going on over there. I wouldn't fancy a wolf chasing me. Like I said, it was bad enough when I thought a fox was trying to get me. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your morning, evening, afternoons, whatever it is you're up to. Thanks for popping in. And yeah, I'll be back soon. Enjoy Jan McIver, enjoy your goose. I'll see you guys later.